Thursday.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, excited to be talking to both of you.
Awesome. We're excited to be talking to you. We're joined with by Leigh Busby with Fit4Kids, and it's Welcome to On the Move with Nan Kam. It's really it's our official last summertime show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're going on vacation.
Nan and Kam are out of the office next week, so they will not have a podcast. There will be, we're going third person. There will not be a podcast. So Leigh is rounding out our summertime, and we figured what better guest to have for back to school time than Leigh with Fit4Kids, because that's just all part of their mission is keeping kids healthy. So we just figured, she might be able to give us some great tips and tricks. So Leigh, once again, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm sure you've had a hectic start to the week. We've got the kiddos going back to school, everybody getting back into the normal swing of things. But tell us a little bit about Fit4Kids and the work that you all do if people aren't familiar.
Yeah, sure. So Fit4Kids is a local nonprofit really dedicated to improving children's health and wellness in the Richmond region. So we really believe that active, well-nourished children perform better in school, have better self-esteem, and really just grow to lead happy and healthy lives. And so we really work to have programs mostly in schools. Like I said, kind of across the region. We're in 6 different local school districts, serving more than 7,500 kids each year. And we really want to make healthy fun. And so, we kind of recognize that if we engage kids in kind of hands-on learning that really promotes health and wellness, getting their hands dirty in a school garden or kind of moving within the classroom environment, that they're really excited about, kind of being active and moving and using their brains and bodies in different ways. And that really promotes kind of those long-term healthy habits. And so that's really what we're about as a nonprofit organization and really kind of supporting local kids in that capacity.
I thought the first time I saw anything about Fit4Kids, I thought it was so cool because you guys are like you said, in the classrooms teaching.
Yep.
And it's not just like an after school program. It's like, we are coming to you while you're in school and so you can learn about this. You don't have to stay extra. It's in class and it's like in the cafeteria and it's really cool. It's how it's like integrated into the school without being like a separate program.
Yeah. And I think that's really important too, as I'm sure you both know and all of your listeners know, there's a lot on teachers' plates, right? And so kind of to add something extra is not super helpful to their day. They've got enough to worry about. And so I think, it's really important to us to incorporate into how can we bring, the health and wellness components into what they're already doing? And so a lot of our programs, for example, really support the academic learning piece, but again, kind of making healthy fun, right? So for example, in a classroom, right, we're bringing movement into everyday lessons. So, if a first grade class is learning about addition or subtraction, instead of doing, a worksheet or having the teacher stand at the front at a whiteboard, right, and kids are all sitting down, we have the kids up and out of their seats, moving and exercising the answer. So it makes that learning more engaging. They're moving their bodies, and then really increases retention because kind of they're using all these different things to really kind of cement that learning, excuse me, in their minds and heads and, while having fun.
Yeah, so we know that back to school is stressful on everybody. It's not just the kids, but parents too. So what are some ways that parents can prioritize their kids' health over the next few weeks as school is starting, as they're packing lunches and getting ready for a new year?
Yes, absolutely. And I am in the same boat with 2 elementary age children. And so, I think recently it's been on my mind in terms of, okay, how do we get back into that mode and that routine? And I think that piece that I just said is really important, the routine, right? Because kids kind of crave that, right? Summers can be a little bit hectic, whether kids were in camps or whether they're, spending time with different family or friends, or going on trips out of town, right? There's probably not been that same consistency that we like to see kind of throughout the school year. And I think that's really important, not only for kids, but also for parents, right? And I think kind of looking, personally, being a good role model, right? So kind of doing, what I'm telling my kids is really important, getting really good sleep, eating, healthy meals, but kind of establishing that routine. Kids are are sponges. They notice and hear everything that you say and you do, right? And so if you can really kind of set that example, I think that's a great start. I mentioned sleep being really important. And so again, kind of back to that routine, kind of set up that bedtime routine. Again, not just important for kids, but adults as well. Kind of establishing rules around technology or what that bedtime looks like. And even, having some of those things that you might do right before bedtime that tell your brain it's time for sleep, time for bed, I think is really important. I know this sounds silly, but just drinking lots of water, and hopefully, that will carry over from the warm, summer months, right? But that's really important. And especially as kids are in school, right? And we're not kind of maybe with them all the time. So maybe there's opportunities to kind of make drinking water more exciting, whether it's adding some fruit to kids' water bottles, as they leave for school, or getting them a new water bottle, or having them decorate a water bottle with stickers, all things that, kind of just encourage that healthy hydration. As Fit for Kids, a health and wellness nonprofit, we definitely would promote eating more fruits and vegetables, or, eating fruits and vegetables, right? If you're already doing that. Nutritious breakfasts are extremely important, right? Because kids are going off to learn. And if they're hungry, if they've had tons of sugar, if they, haven't had a very good nutritious meal, right, then, kind of empty bellies are very distracting. And so kind of starting off strong the day, kind of get your mind and body ready and fills kids full of energy. So I think, having kids try different fruits and vegetables, maybe giving them a choice and saying, hey, I'm going to the grocery store this week, I'm thinking about getting, either this or this, like, what would you like to try? Maybe if they show any interest in cooking, like, bring them into the fold in terms of like having them, make dinner with you, I think can always be really fun. And then movement, right? Move your bodies. Again, a lot of times during the summer, we're kind of outside a lot and running around, kids are playing. And not always is that as consistent, I think, kind of during the school year. So I think if we can, start really strong, especially, we were talking right before we got started about maybe the fall temperatures that seem to be starting, right, and making it really pleasant to be outside. And so whether that's a little time after school, kind of running around outside, or incorporating it into your family routine. So maybe after dinner you kind of have a quick, dance off or a dance party, or you go on a walk after dinner, and that just becomes something that you do every single night. It doesn't have to be like, oh, we're working out, we're going on a run, we all have to do this. It doesn't have to be something that's pressured and doesn't, feel exciting. It can just be as simple as like going on a walk together.
Like, the more you talked about it, I was like, I think Fit for Kids could take care of me potentially. Like, but some of those things, like some of those hacks, that seems silly, but that's like stuff that adults do too, to be more motivated. Like, I was just, especially when you're talking about the hydration, like, I'm like, I feel like everybody now has water bottles or smart water bottles, or putting fruit in your water, or like an app that tracks your water, all of that stuff. So it is kind of interesting to think about it. Like we all like gamifying things, or making things more interesting to make.
Add a little challenge, whether that's with coworkers or with, within your family, to kind of encourage it. And if you do it for a little while, right, then it becomes a habit, and then you don't kind of have to think about it. But
no, that's a great point. So how can people, I know that Fit for Kids has lots of different ways that they're involved in the schools, and lots of different events and activations. How can people get involved, and what are some like volunteer opportunities that they could pursue with Fit for Kids?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that I wanted to mention was, we have recently kicked off a new strategic plan called Growing Healthy Kids. And, there is a lot of growth that we have planned in the program area in terms of kind of community collaboration and organizational health. But I think around that program growth, one of the things that we're really excited about is a great expansion of our garden program. And so I haven't mentioned it yet, but we do learning gardens at schools. And so we have raised beds outside of well, we were at 25 school gardens this past school year, and we are starting off this year at more than 40. And we'll be growing, pun intended, over the next few years, because we want to make garden programming available to every Title I school within our region. And so that's, again, 6 different school districts that we work in right now. And gardens are such a great place for learning and for fun, because, it's an opportunity to really see where food comes from. The kids get to start from the very beginning of planting a seed, taking care of it, incorporating kind of science and math lessons. They don't necessarily think, oh, I'm getting a science lesson. It's just outside having fun, taking care of plants. Gardens can really support kind of mental health as well. They're just a very calming, nice place, very tactile. You're in the dirt, kind of doing things. And then we incorporate a lot of taste testing with those gardens as well, right? So kids can try fresh, healthy foods. And, I think this is true. We've kind of talked about true maybe for kids and for adults, but when you go and pick off a cherry tomato off the vine versus getting something at the grocery store, there's just something that's very fulfilling about that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think when kids see that they've actually grown something, they've seen it from a seed and then actually become a fruit, it's really amazing. And they're much more likely to try it and get excited about it. And so, we're really excited about the growth in that program. And so, as you mentioned, kind of thinking about volunteer opportunities, definitely garden support is an area that is always open, whether, that's helping with kind of watering and weeding, or whether it's helping kind of build new gardens. Just in the last, since I guess May, we are building 15 new gardens in Richmond alone.
That's
at
crazy.
schools. Yeah. And so, probably the easiest way is just to go to our website, and we have a volunteer page, and there's different opportunities listed, but we also just have a volunteer form where you can say, hey, I've got, special skills, or this is the times I'm available, kind of interest. And so then we can kind of pair you up with different volunteer opportunities.
Nice. Do all the gardens look this? Are they all the same size, or does it just depend on the school and their resources?
Right. Definitely the latter. Yeah. As anyone knows who's been to different schools, right? Not all school is built the same or looks like or has the same resources or space. And so, yeah, I won't say that they look drastically different, but one school might have, 6 garden beds and another might have 12 and be set up a little bit different, just kind of based on maybe specific interests of that school, or, more than likely more the space and capabilities that they have. Yeah.
That's really cool.
I will say that I was watching, at one point I was watching a bunch of TikToks where people were they had gardens in their backyard and they would go out and they'd pick a basket full of stuff. And I'm like, that is just so beautiful and cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I know how she said picking a cherry tomato off of the vine and then putting it in your own basket compared to going to Walmart and getting it. I'm like, look at life.
Yeah.
Life is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it just puts that pride in kids for sure. And it's not something your mom's making you do because you have to eat your veggies. It's more of they get excited to see it grow and they want to feel proud that they grew something. Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Tell us about Fun Fest. We know Fun Fest is coming up pretty soon. So what are the details about Fun Fest and what can we expect?
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, Fun Fest is a really fun event that we have had. This will be our 4th Fun Fest that we're having September 15th. It is a Sunday in the afternoon, and it is a free family event that really encourages kind of outdoor play, family fun, and wellness. And we are having this event at Park 365, which is a really cool all abilities playground in Northside. Love that space. And so really excited to partner with them. Yeah. Again, this year to have it there. And so really, families, kids show up and they get a passport that really outlines all the different activities that we have and encourages them to kind of stop by and try different things. Everything from, a smoothie bike where they're pedaling to make the smoothie blend and create kind of different tasty concoctions, cooking demos. We'll have a garden station, different movement classes, kind of mini classes, right? That can be for the whole family just to get everybody kind of having fun together. And then kids get a play pack whenever they leave that just has items that encourage them to continue kind of that active play. And we are, hopefully I'm not jinxing us, but we are 3 for 3 so far on beautiful weather days.
We're going 4 for 4. We're going 4 for 4.
Yeah. It'll be a perfect, like 75-degree sunny day. So, Andrew Frieden and, just mark it down.
That's right.
But yeah, it really is just a fun way to bring the whole family and kind of have fun through different activities in a really amazing space.
Yeah.
And it is a free event. Yeah, it's totally free event, but we do encourage folks to register just so we have, an idea of who's coming. And again, folks can do that on our website. We've got the event on our website, or if you follow us on social media, you will, see more and more posts on that.
Which everyone should, for sure. What are your handles on social?
Yeah, it's at GR Fit, the number 4 kids.
Perfect.
Fit 4 Kids.
What were you going to
Yes.
You said he
Oh,
saw?
I was going to say that I saw that Park 365 got voted best park around again, like for, I guess, a couple years in a row.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never been, but I see pictures and I'm like, oh, it looks so pretty up there.
You know where it is, right?
No.
We pass it on the way to the warehouse. It's that park when you're like coming around the ramp to go to the warehouse that's on your left-hand side.
Okay.
Keep your eyes peeled next time you got to run an errand.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, obviously it's a playground. It's more intended for children, but it really is a really nicely set up space. For kids of all ages, and they have different kind of like picnic type structures and areas for people to gather. And, they even have kind of a space in the back that's almost like a miniature nature walk. That's
great.
Quiet. Yeah. So we'll be utilizing that space as well in some way.
Yeah, especially in the middle of the city, all spaces like that are super appreciated. I feel like the more we get little pockets of green, it's always nice.
Right.
Absolutely.
Why do you feel like programs like Fun Fest, but really just programs like Fit4Kids are important in the Richmond region in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I think hopefully we all know how important our health and wellness is, right, to us. And I think, I had mentioned before that kids are such sponges, right? And they're kind of learning and growing all the time. And I think really to be able to experience and kind of empower them with different ways to kind of support their own health and in ways that they want to do it. So wellness doesn't need to look like one particular way for any one person, right? And so just giving them options and getting them excited about kind of just moving and playing. I mean, it doesn't have to be kind of overly complicated, but I think, kids spend so much time at school that for us as an organization, it's really important to focus on that school environment and how can we really support the culture of different schools to promote kind of healthy habits for children and kind of create a space where they can really be kids, but play and move while they're learning, that really kind of supports kind of those long-term, health things that make them feel good, right? If we haven't had good sleep, if we haven't had water, if we're not kind of filling our bodies with the things that it needs to feel really good, that's not the best way to spend every day. And so, I think that's why our work is really important. And I do think that we try as much as we can to work with schools on not adding kind of that extra thing, that extra program that they have to do, but really incorporate it into something that works and benefits them as well, and working kind of in partnership.
Yeah. I also thought about once again, for adults, when you mentioned schedule, like I was talking about how I love summertime, but also I feel like every time after I go on a vacation or anything, I come back and I'm like, ooh, I wish I got to get back to my routine, to my schedule. Right. So it's not just important for the kids there either, or makes sense why kids also respond so well to schedule and sleep and hydration and all of that stuff.
Right.
So then, we are.
we are 100%.
Well, thank you.
Hold on to it as long as you can, right?
Oh yeah, trying to. I don't care how old of a kid I present as. It's fine.
I'm still
going to be a kid. Well, thank you so much. I feel like this is great. We partner with you all the time on things, and our missions align so well. And I think it's just you all are such a great organization, and just hope that you get lots of volunteers and tons of people out at Fun Fest, because you all are just doing such great work here in Richmond. And I'm thinking, we've talked about, we need to come weed a garden or something.
Yeah.
As a marketing pod, some volunteer hours.
We would love that. Absolutely.
That can be, maybe I'll tell Ashley, get us a little fall date.
Yeah. I'll set us up.
Pick that other perfect weather day, and that's when you want to volunteer. Yeah, absolutely. We'll make sure that happens.
Need a nice afternoon outside. So now we have the really tough questions for you, the real hard hitters. Yours are all somewhat school themed.
Okay.
School and kid themed.
Yes.
So would you rather, this can be now or back when you were in school, were you a lunch packer or a lunch buyer? Like, did you eat school lunch or did you pack your lunch?
Oh, I feel like I was a little bit of both.
Okay.
I probably was more of a lunch buyer.
Mm-hmm.
But
do you have a favorite lunch that you remember the cafeteria having?
Yeah, I don't think we need to go there. I feel like there's a lot of pizza, unfortunately.
No, that's the same as me. Yeah. No, I remember distinctly these pizza. Yeah.
The cheesy breadsticks. Yeah. Those are my favorite.
That didn't come till I was in high school because I'm old compared to you. They're like these pizza sticks, but they were like they were just cheese, and like it was like you would get a bite and you'd be like, is that cheese or is that dough? Yeah, they were so.
I saw something the other day that was like, if you could bring back one school lunch item, which one would it be? And I was like, those 100%. I think it was like some other stuff that I literally did not care about. And I was like, those.
I think a long time ago, we went and did something, though, where we volunteered to help prep some food or something or serve lunch in a cafeteria here at work. And we went and we did that. And I was like shocked at what school lunch looks like now, though, comparatively. And you know what? Great job, everybody, because it looks like we've come a long way. So I think I would definitely be buying lunch now.
Yeah. I definitely think there are options, and something we need to, I didn't mention our policy work, but we do also a lot on the policy and advocacy side, specifically in that space, right? With, hydration in schools and school meals, right? Because again, kids eat most of their food for the day at school, right? And so to have those options that are really going to fuel their body and keep them full and keep them happy is really important. But I'm a little older than both of you, so maybe I've blocked out.
I don't remember anything that nutritious for mine either. I'm like thinking like PBJ.
Well, that's why my mom didn't trust me to buy lunch. Like I had to pack lunch a lot of the time. Well, because like if she did, she put money on my account. I'm buying 2 cosmic brownies and like a chocolate milk. And like she was like, no.
Yeah. So she spent a lot of money on Fruitopia, which doesn't even exist anymore.
She packed my lunch to make sure she knew what I was eating and that I was eating okay. Yeah. And not just brownies and ice cream for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go team.
There you go. Way to go, Mom.
Okay. Second question. I guess when you were in school, or I guess the kids that you work with now, recess or PE?
Oh, I love both, but I probably loved PE because I'm a pretty competitive person.
I was wondering if that was why. Yeah.
And I think anything where there was more structure, where like everybody needs to play this game and, there might be a winner. I think it kind of went up and down depending maybe on age and different environments as to like what recess would look like. And not always was that, everything I hoped it would be. So I'd probably say PE.
Recess also went by so fast. And also you had some 5 seconds. Yeah, it was quick. I do vividly remember I had some killer elementary school PE. My PE teachers, they were real into making up like a very elaborate games that they like had a local newspaper article about the games. Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah. Fit4Kids is also doing a lot of work with recess.
Nice.
Yeah, because I know this sounds weird, but in some cases, kids, largely because of the pandemic, aren't as comfortable with just playing and knowing what to do with recess time as maybe they used to, because there was kind of critical years where they weren't, it was encouraged not to be close to anyone, or they, didn't have that recess opportunity. And so kind of really working with teachers on here's how you can encourage recess play and working with them and asking about what kind of equipment they would like and then getting that to schools has been something else that we've done as of late.
That's great. I had no idea. That makes me so sad.
Yeah, I know. Like, you need help playing. Because, like, now that I think you think about it, and it's like they spend their times on an iPad watching other kids play.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Not
fun. YouTube can go down a strange
real spiral.
Yeah. We can exercise. We can just watch other people exercise.
Watch kids literally play. What?
Yeah, we didn't have any electronics when I was a kid, hardly either. So we had to play. This one, I feel like I want to hear your thoughts on yourself now on this one. Fruits or veggies? Which one are you picking?
I mean, I like both, but fruits I think are in my book. If I have the choice, probably I would do fruits more often.
What's your favorite fruit?
It's a great time right now for this, but it's so short that it makes me sad. Peaches. I absolutely love a good peach.
Yeah.
But the growing season is so short, and not always, even now, do you always get a good peach. So
no, Cameron literally
do. Amazing.
Oh, no, I agree. One of my girlfriends, my best girlfriend, told me that she spends an absurd amount of time outside of peach season just thinking about a good peach. And I was like, yeah. I passed peaches in the grocery store last night, and I was like, I really haven't hit my peach quota. Like, I got to get on it for the season. She just
and if you find a good go back and get all of them.
I don't think I have, like, I don't.
Cameron's never had a peach.
It actually might be okay, Cameron, because it's such a short period, and
See,
it's amazing, but if you get a bad peach, and then if you love them, and you're like in December, you're like, there's.
Wish I had a peach.
Yeah, but they're frozen peaches. I love a good smoothie. We do a lot of smoothies at our house. So
favorite things. That's like my favorite thing to like. If
you watch out, the fruit might just knock you on your butt.
I might like the real fruit. I tried. That's what I was trying to think, because when I worked at Camp Thunderbird, they would give us like fruits for snacks, and I tried a plum there, I think, for the first time. And I was like, this is kind of good. But I don't know if I tried a peach there.
Were the children just like Counselor Cam's over here trying plums for the first time?
No, they didn't care. I was just like, I'm going to take one of these, see how it tastes. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite things is when we find something that Cameron hasn't had and we force her to try it in an office.
I'm a picky person. I was picky as a child, so my mom didn't even try to she was like, I'm not wasting my money on that. So now I'm exploring other things.
Cameron, next month is I think National Fruit and Veggie Week, so I might just do a little delivery to you.
Okay.
It's very into the peach season, but lots of options and things that Fit4Kids grows in our different gardens, just to give you a little taste, and you can.
We would do a Cam try it.
Yeah. Cam try it. Don't waste your time on peas. I will not be eating those, but anything else I'll try.
Okay. Stay on the peas. Got it.
Fit4Kids.
Yeah.
Fit4Kids was here when Cam was in school. She just would have been able to try all these things, and we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Right.
I know we're approaching our 15th birthday, but not quite that old.
Yeah, I'm fairly older than something.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. Lucky you. 16. Finally older than something. Well, Leigh, thank you so much. This was so great. And where can people go to find more information about Fit4Kids?
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is grfit4kids.org. But also in whatever search bar you have, Fit4Kids, hopefully we will be the first thing that pops up. And it has everything about Fun Fest events, our programs, volunteer opportunities, ways to get involved, all there. And look forward to connecting with listeners and continuing to partner with sports backers, and really appreciate the opportunity to talk to both of you and kind of highlight what we've got going on.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and good luck with the rest of your first week of school.
Yeah. Good luck. I'm going to go back through my advice, listen to the podcast again, and remind myself what I said. Okay, I can do these things.
Sure, you're killing it. Thanks.
All right.
Bye, everybody.